Universal Epic Universe is here, and today I'm listing the top 10 essential things you must know before stepping through those portals. Hey everyone, I'm Ryan with Undercover Tourist, and we want to help you plan your day so that you can be an expert at Epic Universe. So we're going to dive right in with our first thing you need to know, and that is the answer to the question, what is Epic Universe? Now, some of you might know already, and some of you might not. So to give a brief overview, Epic Universe is Universal Orlando Resort's fourth theme park in the Orlando area and is officially open to the public as of May 22nd of 2025. This all-new theme park features 5 immersive worlds that you enter through portals, and it's unlike anything you've ever seen with the level of detail and imagination you see in these worlds. Now, this park is not attached to the other theme parks like Universal Studios Florida and Islands of Adventure. It's separate, and we're going to get to that a little later when we talk about transportation. But for now, this is leading me into my next point that you absolutely must know is be familiar with the theme park's layout. Now, once you go inside of the main gate, which is called the Kronos, adorned with medallions for all of the worlds that we're going to talk about, you're going to find yourself inside of Celestial Park. This is the center of the park itself. It's very beautiful. It's full of gardens and walkways, paths and waterfalls. Their goal is to really put the park back in the theme park, and it's very astrology and mythology themed, as you can see. Now, you're also going to find 2 attractions in Celestial Park, the Constellation Carousel, which is a very unique take on a carousel, and the big main roller coaster, Stardust Racers. Now, as I mentioned, Celestial Park is considered like your central hub or a gateway into the other 4 incredible worlds in a type of hub and spoke design, making it very easy to navigate and get from one world to the other. Those other 4 immersive worlds are Super Nintendo World, How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Berk, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic, and Dark Universe. Just to help you out a little more, I'll give you a peek into each one of those now. Now, to get in the Super Nintendo World, you literally step through the iconic green pipe and enter a world where you are totally immersed in the world of Super Nintendo. You've got the towering Mount Beanpole and majestic Peach's Castle. It's one of the most elaborate interactive worlds that Universal Orlando has probably ever created. You're just standing here seeing the swaying piranha plants, pacing Goobas, the spinning coins and blocks and more. Now, as far as attractions go in this land, you've got a good selection. There's Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge, Yoshi's Adventure, and new to this Nintendo World and Epic Universe, we've got Donkey Kong Country with Minecart Madness, which is one of the most incredible rides here and one of the longest waits, so you're gonna want to get on that one. And in case anyone's wondering, yeah, I gotta use the tiny mic here because it's loud in here. I want to be able to make sure you hear me over the incredible Nintendo music. But, I mean, once again, I'm going to use this word a lot in this video, but it's very immersive here. Very immersive. I wanted to also give a couple additional tips for Super Nintendo World. Be ready to either climb stairs or take elevators, because both are available and you'll be doing a lot of them. And you can also meet characters like Mario and Luigi. Peach meets over here by her castle. There's Toad and even Donkey Kong in Donkey Kong Country. Now, How to Train Your Dragon Isle of Berk is the largest of the worlds here at Epic Universe, and it's where you can immerse yourself in the world of Hiccup and Astrid and your favorite Fury, Toothless, because we, my friends, have dragons. Now, the Isle of Berk is just as immersive, if not more, than Super Nintendo World. It's a completely different feel once you move to a new world. But here you have the opportunity to ride several attractions like Hiccup's Wing Gliders, Fire Drill, which is the only water ride in Epic Universe, and Dragon Racers Rally. You've also got the incredible show Untrainable Dragon, and you can meet Hiccup and Toothless, as well as Astrid and Stormfly, Rough Nut and Tough Nut, and so much more.
I'm very upset right now. He knows where Hiccup's at, and Hiccup's supposed to be here, but he won't tell me where Hiccup's at.
Okay, now we are on the other end of Celestial Park, closer to the Helios Grand Hotel, that is where we are going to find our next portal, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter Ministry of Magic. Now, as we pass through this portal, we are transferred to 1920s Wizarding Paris. This is home to one of the most advanced and unique ride systems I've ever been on. The Harry Potter and the Battle at the Ministry ride, as well as a show, Le Cirque Arcanu, which is absolutely amazing. Apart from those, you're going to find a lot of interactive experiences, which is something we're going to touch on later because of your wands and the spells that you can cast. You're also going to find a lot of roaming entertainment, like students to different schools. The wand maker herself, Cosme Acajor. A band comes out and plays every once in a while. This is another incredibly immersive experience, and the scale of everything is just incredible. And leaving the Wizarding World of Harry Potter Ministry of Magic, just across the park is the last portal we're going to talk about, which is Dark Universe. Dark Universe is going to be your home of the classic Universal monsters. We've got attractions like the Monsters Unchained Frankenstein experiment and the Curse of the Werewolf, the crazy spinning roller coaster. We've got some themed foods and fun encounters with monsters and villagers here in Darkmoor. All right, now that we've gone over some of the basics of the park layout and kind of navigating at the park, let's go over what it's like arriving at the park. Now, because of its location, transportation and parking might be a little different than what you might expect at other Universal Orlando theme parks. Whereas for Universal Studios Florida or Islands of Adventure, you're going to be parking at City Walk and walking through the shopping area before you arrive at the gates. Whereas here at Epic Universe, they have their very own parking lot. Epic Universe does offer regular self-parking and prime parking. That does include accessibility parking spots that are available, as well as some spots with charging available. Also, if you have an annual pass, that is accepted for discounted, free, or upgraded prime parking, depending on the pass that you have. You've also got complimentary buses that transport you from any of the Universal hotels or City Walk to this park. Plus, if you're a guest over at Helios Grand Hotel, you have your very own dedicated park entrance right in the Celestial Park. That's a pretty big perk. Now, speaking of hotels and perks, that leads me directly into the next thing you need to know before you visit Epic Universe, and that is that early park admission is available. When staying at any Universal hotel, you can enter Epic Universe an hour before the park officially opens to other ticketed guests. That is a huge advantage. Universal Orlando now has an official list on their website of select rides that are available during early park admission, which includes Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge and Yoshi's Adventure in Super Nintendo World, and rides and attractions in Dark Universe and Celestial Park. This is subject to change, so we do recommend visiting the Universal Orlando Resort website for the most up-to-date information on what will be available. Once you enter the park, you'll also see signage that will tell you what is open for early park admission. As far as strategy goes, first you're going to want to arrive up to an hour early before your scheduled early park admission time, and then head straight to Super Nintendo World to ride Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge, since that attraction typically maintains a high wait time all day long. So getting that one out of the way will give you a great head start to the day. Then you make a beeline for Isle of Berk so that you can be among the first people to enter that world when it opens in order to meet Toothless. Trust us, the wait time for Toothless gets very long very quickly. So knocking out these two high demand experiences first will definitely maximize your day. Now, there is an alternate strategy if your number one priority is Harry Potter and the Battle at the Ministry. I'm going to touch on a little later in the video. Speaking of maximizing your time, that leads me into the next thing you're going to want to know before visiting Epic Universe, and that is that Express Pass is available here at Epic Universe. It is the limited version, which allows you to ride each participating attraction once, and keep in mind that the unlimited Express Pass offered at some Universal hotels can't be used here at Epic Universe. So the current list of attractions that are not using Express Pass are Harry Potter and the Battle of the Ministry, Minecart Madness, and Dragon Racers Rally. Apart from those 3 attractions, the rest of the rides are able to accept Express Pass. So if you're looking to maximize your day that way, be sure to head over to UndercoverTourist.com to purchase your Express Pass, because when purchasing them there for Universal Orlando Resort, you can save some green. And the 6th thing that you, oh my gosh. The 6th thing that you absolutely have to know before your visit to Epic Universe is that you gotta download the Universal Orlando mobile app. This is your essential companion for navigating Epic Universe. Here you're gonna find up-to-date hours of operation, a detailed park map so you can find where everything is and how to get there. You've got food menus with mobile ordering options available at all the participating locations. Real-time ride wait times are even listed here, and so much more. And what leads me into the 7th thing that you must know before visiting Epic Universe, and that is the interactive experiences. That's why I'm back here at Super Nintendo World, because the first one I want to talk about is the Power-Up Band, available here at Super Nintendo World. When you have a Power-Up Band, you're able to interact and play with almost everything here in this world. It's incredible. You're able to enhance your gameplay, you collect digital coins, you unlock interactive elements, and you can keep track of all of this through the mobile app. Now, if you already have a Power-Up Band from Universal Studios Hollywood, you're able to simply pair it with the Universal Orlando Resort mobile app and use it here at Epic Universe as well. You can purchase your Power-Up Band here inside of Super Nintendo World. There's also a store right at the outside of Super Nintendo World, or the entrance of Celestial Park. There's even a store outside of Epic Universe before you arrive. Plenty of options so that you're prepared and you get that Power-Up Band so that you can interact with all of the elements here. And the other interactive experiences you're going to encounter over at Epic Universe are the wands at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter Ministry of Magic. Just like in Universal Studios and in Islands of Adventure, you've got spells in the windows all over this world. At the marks on the ground, you're going to be able to cast spells at the windows and see what is going to happen. Now, recently, Universal just came out with the Generation 2 wands that actually can pair to your app and also track the spells that you cast. All you have to do is scan it into the app, assign your house, you get to customize it a little bit, and then you get to track your progress. There's also some fun missions and spells that you get to track on there. Now, if you already own an interactive wand from the other Orlando parks or Hollywood, it'll also work on the interactive spells within this world. Now, whenever you buy a wand, you also get a paper map, but you can also track all of the wand spell locations within the app as well. So have fun with that. And now the 8th thing you need to know is that Epic Universe is a foodie paradise. Universal has seriously upped their game with the food here, making every meal an immersive experience. I mean, there's over 15 dining locations in Celestial Park alone. You'll want to plan the time to savor not just the food, but the incredible atmosphere too. I'll give you some examples, like Das Steakhouse in Dark Universe. It's an old dining hall built over ancient catacombs, run by vampires and their familiars. This place is so cool. And their blood orange chicken sandwich, phenomenal. Or the charming Café L'Air de la Serene, if I said that right, in the Wizarding World. Seriously, I think their roasted chicken is like the best chicken dish I've ever had. And that butterbeer crepe is a must-have. Of course, there's Toadstool Cafe in Super Nintendo World, where you get to dine inside of a mushroom with the views of Mushroom Kingdom itself just outside the windows. And I cannot forget the mac and cheese cones that you can get in Isle of Berk. Like, what better way to feel like a Viking than eating one of these surrounded by those views? Everything is so heavily themed here, and the Universal has truly elevated the quick service dining. These are just a few of the options that are available. Keep an eye out because we are actually releasing a top 10 food items at Epic Universe video soon, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel because that's not one you're going to want to miss. Now, if you're looking for sit-down dining, I recommend you make reservations online for the 2 table service restaurants that are located in Celestial Park. First, there is Atlantic. This offers a Victorian-style undersea surf and turf experience with an amazing view of all of the water. And you've got the Blue Dragon restaurant. This is a beautiful Pan-Asian spot where you feel like you're literally sitting in like a courtyard at night with soft lanterns floating above you, surrounded by neon dragons and giant bonsai trees. Seriously, it's amazing. Reservations for these can be made in the Universal Orlando app. You can also find Bar Helios and Flor Taverna, 2 restaurants that are located inside the Universal Helios Grand Hotel. Reservations for these 2 restaurants can be made at Resi.com.
All right, I'm sitting down now over at Cafe de la Serene over in Wizarding World of Harry Potter Ministry of Magic, because number 9 on our list of things you need to know before you visit is how to ride Harry Potter and the Battle at the Ministry. During previews for Epic Universe, Universal was using a virtual line system where at certain times of the day you could join the virtual line and get a return time to ride the attraction. This was done through the Universal Orlando app. However, just before opening, they switched to a standby line, and it's remained that way ever since the opening day. And to no one's surprise, this attraction consistently has a high wait time all day. So we have 2 recommendations for doing it. First, if it's your number 1 priority, consider hitting it first thing in the morning. Even though it's not listed as an early park admission option, the standby line has been opening an hour early for all guests, and the ride begins operating at park open. So if you're early enough to be one of the first in line, you could check it off your list shortly after the park is open. And for our second strategy, you can wait until the end of the night before park close, when the attraction's likely at its lowest wait time. However, be aware that there is a chance that the ride may close for capacity and not reopen. To lessen that risk, we'd start keeping an eye on the wait time within the app starting around 7 p.m. And here's a tip, you can also set a wait time alert in the app if you want to be notified when the line hits at or below a certain wait time of your choosing. In our experience, one of these 2 strategies is going to be your best way to experience Harry Potter and the Battle at the Ministry. And now the 10th thing that you need to know before visiting Epic Universe is which ticket is the best option for you. We have a lot of great recommendations for tickets when it comes to visiting Universal Orlando Resort, and it's so much to see and to do and to explore. We highly recommend a 5-day vacation at Universal Orlando Resort to experience it all.
And before I share more about our ticket picks, there are 2 important things to know about Universal Epic Universe tickets. And the first one is about multi-day tickets. No matter the length, they only offer 1 day at Universal Epic Universe. And the second is that Epic Universe is not included in the park-to-park benefit. So that means you should plan on 1 whole day dedicated to just Epic Universe without jumping to or from another park.
As far as theme park tickets go, our top recommendation is the 2-park, 2-day base plus 1 day at Epic Universe ticket at UndercoverTourist.com. You're going to save some green, and this is going to get you into 1 day at Universal Studios Florida, 1 day at Universal Islands of Adventure, and 1 day at Universal Epic Universe. Now, if your budget allows it, we also recommend the 2-park, 2-day park-to-park plus 1 day Epic Universe ticket. This one's going to allow you into Universal Studios Florida and Islands of Adventure as a park-to-park ticket for 2 days, plus your 1 day at Epic Universe. You're going to save money by purchasing through Undercover Tourist, and we can't emphasize enough how much early park admission and express can help you maximize your day. You can save big on your entire Universal Orlando vacation, tickets, hotel stay, and express pass at UndercoverTourist.com. Plus, now you can book your Universal Orlando hotel with a refundable $200 deposit and pay the remaining balance 30 days before your vacation. So even more reason to book your vacation today. And there you have it, our top 10 things you absolutely need to know before visiting Universal Epic Universe. Be sure to click the link below to also visit our blog, where you're going to learn so much more and become even more of an expert on this all-new theme park. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe to our channel for even more Epic Universe content to come. Have a good one, and thanks.
Get the exact same theme park tickets for less, no catch, at Undercover Tourist.